Hey, good morning, everyone. It's a great Tuesday morning, although I have had some adventure. But let's talk about what we're eating today. It's an easy peasy morning today. I have another frittata. This time it's a little bit of leftover pot roast and a lot of bacon bits and a side of bacon. 4 slices. And very, very, very happy for my coffee experience. Water with KetoChao minerals. We'll also have water with electrolytes a little bit later, but this morning, well, technically last night, I was putting a chair on the lawn to sit by the little bonfire for the trick-or-treaters, and I stepped in a new hole, probably from chipmunks or gophers, twisted my ankle, there was a loud snap, the pain was excruciating. I decided to sleep on it and see how I felt this morning. This morning, I said, no, we actually do need to go to the ER. So that was our morning adventure. We trooped out there. We're in and out really fast. The ER we went to was really good. And they've got me in a little splint now. Nothing's broken, so that's good. Just some ligament and soft tissue damage. So I'll be in my splint for a while, which kind of puts the dent in some of my exercise plans, but we'll be working out with some upper body stuff, right? In the chair. We'll still get to it. But so that's it for today, and we will do meal 2 later on. I will think of something to talk about. I might switch it up. We've been doing a lot of fairly sciencey things, but maybe we'll have something a little less intense, mostly because my ankle hurts, so I'm feeling less intense. All right, talk to you later. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Just a little topic here, uh, kind of leaning away from some of the stuff we've been learning about, like body composition and our total daily energy expenditure, et cetera. Mostly because, well, I myself got physically hurt, but also my feed is littered with people who have the flu, colds, uh, a bunch of viruses that are going around, as well as, the big C, not the cancer C. You know which one I'm talking about. I don't want anybody tagging my video. It feels dumb to say, but just in case, I noticed a lot of people avoid it and said that YouTube's been taking stuff down. And so I thought it would be good to kind of talk about what to do when we are under the weather, especially if you follow a ketogenic diet, because a lot of over-the-counter cold medicines are loaded with sugar. And that's to help improve the taste because it is utterly disgusting. However, uh, you should also know that because you follow a ketogenic food plan, that does not make you immune to illness. None of them, no matter how much people say it does. Now, does that mean it's not beneficial in any way, shape, or form? Of course not. If you are eating healthier and generally healthier than you've been in the past, it's also going to help you have a shorter, less severe bout of illness. Additionally, they don't have the science yet, but you should know that Yale University is in the process of preliminary studies that suggest that the ketogenic diet might help us fight against the flu. Again, this is not a completed study. It is in the very, very beginning, where they are studying on mice to start, and then we'll move up into the various studies and trials. Mice are not people, so there are problems with that, but it is the first step in a scientific study. So Don't go run off and think keto cures the flu. Again, that's not what we're saying here. But it is very positive to hear that they've had some results that indicate that it's possible that a keto diet that is high in fat, low in carbohydrates, uh, may help combat the virus better than a high carbohydrate loaded food plan. This study that they're working on has been showing that diet that includes uh, ruminant animals, fish, poultry, and non-starchy vegetables in mice have activated a subset of T cells in the lungs, not previously associated with the immune system's response to influenza. So that's like a super cool thing. And they found that these activated T cell subsets enhance mucus production from airway cells that can trap the virus. So that's like super, super cool and very leading. Uh, uh, I don't know, leading was the wrong word. I'm a little off kilter there, but it's really very positive and an exciting find. They found that the mice that had been fed a ketogenic diet for 7 days before infection were protected from the illness-caused weight loss. That's not the kind of weight loss that you want if your goal is weight loss. Uh, they've had improved survival relative to mice on a normal food diet. So, in addition, they were better able to maintain oxygen saturation. So that suggests that the gas exchange compared to a standard diet versus the keto diet was really cool. And that paper was published in Science Immunology. In addition, they took those mice and they were randomized to indicate which group for 1 week before infection and monitored all that other stuff. So they've had several co-authors and all kinds of really cool stuff. So it's a really very forward thinking. Now, of course, like I said, mice are not people. So humans and mice don't have the equal population of the T cell subsets. So it does cause limitations in how this is going to translate to humans. But it's not zero translatability. And I think that we have known, there's always been that old phrase, feed a cold, starve a fever. Uh, there's not zero validity to that statement. And so this study kind of adds on to that and gives us some background behind it. But let's talk about some more practical advice for when you are sick with anything that's giving you a croup in the chest or that kind of productive cough. These are not medical treatments. They're just things to help you feel less icky. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but I have put a lot into learning how to soothe symptoms. These are not medical treatments. These are simply make you feel slightly less miserable than you already are. Very, very salty, yes, salty bone broth. If you are, beef or poultry or a fish stock, fish stock probably isn't the greatest. Fish stock tastes better when it's cooked into other stuff, but bone broth and chicken broth are really nice just to sip on, especially when they're good and salty. Heavy on the oregano if you are having herbs, but emphasis on the salty. And the other thing is, as you heat up that soup, if you melt in 1 scoop, 10 grams of unflavored beef gelatin, that kind of gives like a smoothness and a viscosity. Not that you would really notice visually to your broth, but it does, and it really helps soothe and break things up in your chest area. And so, at least for a few minutes, you're going to have that relief. Also, the warmth and the steam that enters your system helps loosen up some of the mucus and the phlegm. Uh, do not shy away if your doctor gives you medicine. Take your medicine. Medicine is not always the enemy. I know that we talk a lot in our ketogenic circles about getting off our meds and not taking medicine and not doing this, but there are times when medicine is appropriate. So if they give you antibiotics, take your antibiotics. If they give you an antiviral, take it. They will help your immune system. We're not shunning medicine in favor of diet. We're using diet to enhance the effectiveness of our medications as well as make our bodies better machines. So uh, we're not eschewing medicine, and that is a not great thinking sometimes when we do that. You definitely want to make sure that you do what your medical professionals tell you to do. So, and I'm taking that advice myself, not with a cold. I don't have a cold, but because I injured my ankle, I'm following the recommendations. I have a splint. That requires I'm staying off my foot as much as possible, even though it is annoying the heck out of me. I would love to have been up and down the stairs. I'd like to be fussing in the kitchen. I would like some egg bread for a different lighter texture and my protein. There are things I would like to do. I'd like to see if I could make myself a nice savory little meringue for a different texture. But I'm not doing any of those things. I'm sitting on my behind in my office, focusing on my work, which has now become very boring. And everybody is like, please just leave us alone for an hour to do our work as well. So I'm struggling, and it's not even been a full day. They told me to take anti-inflammatories. I am taking the anti-inflammatories, doing all the things that I've been told to do, that I'm supposed to do. I am sitting and resting, even though mentally there's it in there like, oh my God, my exercise. So follow that advice. Do go to the doctor. Take the test. Make sure that you don't have strep. Make sure that you don't have, any identifiable virus. Make sure you don't have influenza A. Up your electrolytes. Electrolytes help us a lot while we're sick. They help soothe everything. And those are my big takeaways. So not real long, just enough to give us a touch and to remind you that you do have to put aside sometimes. We do get aggressive on ourselves about adherence to things. But when you are sick, it is important that you change what you are doing to work on healing your body. So sometimes that means taking way more rest than you would normally do. Sometimes it means skipping out on those workouts that you were committed to doing. Sometimes it means missing our social activities and events that we were looking forward to. But all of those things can be moved to the future while you concentrate on your whole health now. So just remember, take care of yourselves, and don't worry, everybody still loves you no matter what. You are doing great, and it is a huge compliment for you to be able to take the time to sit back and take care of yourself. So I'll see you a little bit later with my meal too. I have to have a family member use the grill and do a steak. Oh no, not me touching my equipment. But I will let them, and I will just walk them through it. So it'll be great, I'm sure. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Here we are with meal two, one nice big fat strip steak. I am definitely ready for my food, and I am definitely over this injured ankle business. I hate it. So, which I know who likes it, I suppose, but man, I feel so cranky, and all I want is just like a warm cup of coffee to relax a little bit. And of course, because I'm doing this other thing, I don't have that yet. So we'll work through it, and it'll be fine. Especially, I'm going to take some more ibuprofen. I had a dose at 8 o'clock this morning. Now it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I think that will be a good thing to do. So that's the day. So I hope that you are having a better day than me, and I will talk to you all later as my little dog is looking for some attention. So you have a great day. Bye bye.